All right, President Trump announcing a plan he says will help kickstart the American dream, with his administration lining up action to ban institutional players from the home buying market. The president says in a Truth Social post, quote, "People live in homes, not corporations." But the Washington Post editorial board today is pointing out most houses are owner occupied and most landlords are small businesses. With us now is Dan Greenhouse from Solus Alternative Asset Management and Lou Basenese, a Fox Business contributor and EVP at Prairie Market Operating Company. We have already been discussing this at the break. Yeah. Is this actually, Lou, going to help the housing market?
I don't think it changes the dynamics one bit, because if you look at it, investor-owned homes are actually down since 2016. They're at 15 million, down to like 14 million.
It's like a single-digit percent.
It's a single-digit percentage. Now, I would give the president credit. He's trying to do something instead of doing nothing. But the real problem here is supply. We've got to change the supply of homes in the United States. We're undersupplied by about 3.7 million homes. That's what changes affordability. Affordability is the symptom of the problem, not the problem itself.
So is this a play on emotions? Because, you know, Dan, a lot of people need a hopeful message about the housing market right now, because a lot of people are having an affordability problem. They can't get into a home they can afford.
The biggest problem for housing is that the solutions are almost all local in nature. It's zoning restrictions, it's immigration story. You really need to see localities incentivize the building of multifamily properties to provide, and we've seen this in municipalities like Houston. At a national level, ultimately, the only solution is you can go to the home builders and say, I understand it's not profitable for you to build a smaller house. I'm going to subsidize the building of that smaller house. Yeah. That's really the only thing I think the
quiet scandal, if you look at it. We used to have over almost 500,000 homes built that were under 1,400 square feet in the 70s and 80s. Now it's under 60,000. Those are starter homes. We need more starter homes. They're just not economical for these home builders.
Clearly, when it comes to the affordability conversation, this is something that the administration feels that they have to address. This is J.D. Vance last night on with Jesse Waters, talking about the need for young people to get into homes. Listen.
We want to preserve the wealth that a lot of people have accrued in their homes, while also making it possible for young people to afford their first home, make it affordable for young families to raise young families. I think if you really give people a sense of ownership in this country, a sense that they can build something, build a nest egg, build a family, that is the trick to reinvigorating the American dream.
Is it?
Yeah, I've been arguing on Twitter and LinkedIn for more months and quarters than I can count. One of the biggest problems in the country today is that young people feel disconnected from what we thought of as the American dream, and that's home ownership, if you will. And so the politician, in this case Donald Trump, but the politician that would step forward with some type of a solution to address these issues would get a lot of credit from the public. And and again, to your earlier point, like, yes, something is better than nothing, but there are low-hanging fruit solutions out there. The president could go to Boston, could go to San Francisco, and publicly lambast congressmen and people in the region for not doing more to spur home ownership and home building in their area.
I mean, did you ever think, Lou, we are going to come to a day where this is the average price of a home sale in the United States right now? It's top $410,000. That's up 42% just from 2015. In 10 years, it's gone up by that much. And then on top of that, you've got the interest rates that are high, and you've got a shortage of homes.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking for that silver bullet solution, but you're putting a finger around it. You are. Its interest rates are high. It's undersupplied. We have too much regulations. There's not enough economics in it and margin for the home builders. I think there's no easy solution. And the hopeful message here is maybe eventually we'll get enough supply, but you can't correct this problem. Real estate is a slow-moving market. It doesn't fix itself quickly. I think you got to.
When you really dive into it, the reason the institutions have been buying the houses, that a lot of times they turn around to rent them to fulfill the demand of those who can't afford to buy a home themselves and need to rent. So they have been fulfilling what seems to be a necessary
I somewhat disagree. There is an easy solution. Build more houses.
There you go. All right. Oh, thank you. Guys, we're out of time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us today.